just finished killing it in the gym, you gave your all, but it's what happens in the next 45 minutes that determines the success, the ultimate success that you're going to have from that workout you just had. It's all about your post-workout nutrition.
It's cool, young Reese.
Hey guys, Jeff Cavalier, Athlean-Rx.com. Here we are, part 2 of our supplement series, and you can see I'm back here in the gym, which means hopefully I just finished another hard Athlean-X workout. And we all know, we've heard that after your workout is one of the most important times to get in the right stuff for your muscles to help kickstart that repair process. And you're right, it's actually true. And that window of opportunity, you know, between 30 minutes and 45 minutes after your workout, again, very, very true. What about what it is that you need to take? I mean, we've heard about whey protein and glutamine and, you know, creatine, and should creatine be taken before your workout or after your workout? Well, all of this stuff is true, and all of these are really good questions, but the fact of the matter is you have a lot of options out there, and unfortunately a lot of guys will rely on trying to buy many different separate things. So they'll buy their creatine, they'll buy their glutamine, they'll buy their whey protein. It's going to wind up running almost a pretty hefty bill at the end of the month. A few cell phone bills, I think, at least. But is it necessary? Is it necessary to buy it that way? And I say absolutely 100% not. No, because what you have to do is you can take everything all in one shot and get everything to your muscles exactly the way it needs it, exactly when you need it, which is what Athlean-Rx is all about. So my choice here, Athlean Accelerate, which is the post-workout in the RX series 1, 2, and 3. Guys, when you see what's in this thing, you're going to know right away, this is exactly what you need to be taking, because there's nothing else, no other fillers in here, and no other garbage that you don't need. So let me show you exactly what it is and why. Remember, guys, you can always question what it is I do. I have thick skin, I can take it. I think it's my responsibility to explain to you why it is the thing, why I put something in here, why I think you should take something as part of your post-workout. And that's what I want to do to explain this. So if it gets a little bit long or a little bit scientific at times, just understand where it's coming from. It's coming from me wanting to be able to make sure that you're informed. So in Athlean-Rx 2, we have whey isolate. I'll go back over these again. We have whey isolate protein. I think you can see that. 20 grams of whey isolate protein. 5 grams of BCAAs. Again, getting in. We have pre-workout. We got it kick-started. Now we're going to follow it up with another 5 grams of BCAAs. We have glutamine in here. 5 grams of glutamine, which again at night, we're going to follow that up with another 5 grams. You'll see that again in the next part of the video series. Kre-alkylin. It's going to probably sound a little bit like creatine to you guys, and it's true, it is, but very, very different. And I've actually, had a bit of a epiphany when it comes to creatine. I'm going to explain why here. HMB, another metabolic, something that's going to help you actually to recover post workout, and then ALA, an absorption aid. So let me go back over this real quick. The whey isolate. We know that there are many different types of protein. We have branched chain amino acids, which are already pretty much broken down into their fully metabolized form. You have whey isolate. You have whey concentrate. You've got casein protein. And people get confused as to when it's good when it's good to take the different various forms, or should they take anything different? Should they just take whey protein? Well, whey is a really highly absorbable form of protein, and it's very, very concentrated. Again, if you get the isolated form, it's very, very pure. It's very effective. The muscles will absorb that quickly and readily, and that's why you want to take that right now after your workout. Protein is going to help you to kickstart that recovery, to get your muscles into that, back into that anabolic mode right away, which we're going to try to sustain throughout the night, as you'll see with part 3 in our reconstruction with our nighttime recovery. Branched chain amino acids. Again, we talked about them as well. They're another form of highly absorbable protein, which we can start to utilize in our muscles to repair them, get them back, get them rebound, recovery. Remember, Athlean-X is all about recovery. You have to be able to recover from your workouts to be able to come back the next day, apply another stress to it by lifting the weights, the heavy weights, and then providing the stimulus right here with the bar, but then providing the recovery with what it is that you take. Right here with Athlean-Rx. Glutamine, 5 grams of glutamine. We actually, like I said, put that in there. The most abundant amino acid in the body. You're going to deplete it as you work out, especially if you work out hard. So we want to be able to replenish that, and we've done that by putting it right in this post-workout, right when you need it. Remember, guys, your supplementation is all about what you take and also when you take it. Glutamine after workout, taking it then, which leads us right into the next point here. Creatine. Creatine, guys, post-workout supplement for me. I'm not too big into the whole believability of creatine as an energy precursor, so guys that take it before their workout. I think if you could just keep your levels topped off, which is why once we get to our maintenance dose, we're good there. I think it's more the anabolic effects that creatine can have by keeping your muscle cells hydrated, by keeping that environment hydrated, so that we know that a hydrated environment is more anabolic. It's like a flower in the desert. The likelihood of it staying alive very long is not very high. But you put that in a pot with water and you pay attention to it, that plant is going to grow and thrive, and that's exactly what happens with your muscles. You've got to have a hydrated environment for that to happen. So creatine is a great source for that. But the source of creatine monohydrate, which I've been on record on videos here talking about the great benefit of creatine monohydrate. It was until I actually talked to a scientist when I was going through the development of the Athlean-Rx supplements about the benefits of kre-alkylin. And I'm very open-minded, guys. I like to be able to hear what it is, what are the benefits, and I came away from that very convinced that kre-alkylin is the form of creatine you want to take. Why? Because it's it's alkyl, okay? It's an alkaline form, which means it's more basic versus acidic. So on this pH scale that we have in chemistry, anything that's lower in pH is going to be more acidic, and something that's higher is going to be called more alkaline. Well, anything that's a little higher, more alkaline, less acidic, is going to be better received by the body. So when you can get that pH of in your body to be right where it needs to be, you have a better chance to absorb what it is, not just the creatine, but everything else that you're taking in this supplement and even further out throughout the rest of the day. Kre-alkylin, because of that, because it's more well absorbed by the muscles, allows us to take lower dosages every day, actually, too. So we're looking at maintenance doses of only 2 to 3 grams of kre-alkylin versus the 5 grams that you need for creatine monohydrate. So you'll also not see any creatinine buildup, usually from taking kre-alkylin, which you could see as a byproduct from the creatine monohydrate. So all advantages in my sense, and kre-alkylin is more expensive because of that, but guys, it's worth every single penny. So I would switch to the kre-alkylin form if I were you, and I would also take it in the post-workout, and that is why, again, I've included it in Athlean-Rx too. And then again on the bottom here, HMB shown to be help in recovery. We had burn patients. They did many studies in humans. Burn patients took HMB. It actually helped to preserve proteins, and conserve them and not utilize them as much, so you can use them in a more anabolic sense. And ALA, which is I'll talk about a little bit more in part 3, but it's an absorption aid. It's what you take to help you actually keep some of those dollars that you're spending on your supplements going to what they're being spent on. Actually being used instead of buying your supplements and peeing away half of what you take because you're not absorbing it. ALA will help you to absorb it. And again, as a post-workout, when it's all about absorption and how much can you get into your muscle cells after a hard workout, that's when you want to take it. That's why it's an Athlean-Rx too. Guys, stay tuned. Part 3 of this series coming very, very soon. We're going to talk about nighttime recovery, the most important time, I think, in the whole day for getting your recovery and your workout supplementation right. You're going to see exactly how to do it. And in the meantime, head over to Athlean-Rx.com if you don't even want to wait to complete the series, and grab your 3-part kit, Athlean-Rx 1, 2, and 3. Everything you need exactly when you need it in a simple 3-step formula. That's how we do it here at Athlean-X. Guys, I'll be back here again with part 3. See you
It's
then.
cool, young Reese.